Many people believe that their future is already set in stone, dictated by their past, circumstances, or fate. However, the truth is that the future is fluid. It changes based on the decisions you make today. Just like a sculptor shaping a piece of clay, you have the power to mold your life into something extraordinary if you take control of your choices. Here's how you can embrace the idea that your future is flexible and within your control. 1, your past does not define you. Many people feel trapped by their past mistakes, failures, or even the limitations imposed by their upbringing, but history is not destiny. Countless successful individuals started with nothing or faced extreme hardships, yet they changed their paths through persistence and hard work. The key is to shift your mindset from "I am stuck" to "I can grow." 2. Every decision shapes your future. Each choice you make, no matter how small, has a ripple effect. For example, choosing to wake up early and learn a new skill can open career opportunities. Choosing to save money instead of spending recklessly can create financial freedom. Choosing to associate with inspiring people instead of toxic ones can elevate your mindset. The power to alter your path lies in the small, daily choices you make. 3. Growth mindset versus fixed mindset. A fixed mindset believes that abilities and intelligence are static. You're either talented or not. A growth mindset, on the other hand, understands that with effort and learning, you can improve and evolve. Adopting a growth mindset means you see challenges as opportunities, not obstacles. 4. You can reinvent yourself at any time. You are never too old, too late, or too unqualified to change your life. Whether it's switching careers, learning a new skill, or changing your personal habits, transformation is always possible. The only thing stopping you is the belief that you can't change. 5. The power of visualization and intentions. The future starts with imagination. Many successful people visualize where they want to be before they get there. When you clearly see the future you desire, your brain starts aligning your actions toward achieving it. Write down your goals, create a vision board, and remind yourself daily that your future is in your hands. 6. Break free from external expectations. Sometimes people feel trapped by societal or family expectations. While it's important to respect guidance, remember that you are the author of your story. Do not let others' opinions dictate your future. Pursue what truly fulfills you. 7. The power of consistent change. If you improve just 1% every day, over time, those small improvements compound into massive transformation. The key to a better future is not drastic overnight change, but small, consistent steps in the right direction. Conclusion: your future is not predetermined. It is shaped by your mindset, choices, and actions. No matter where you are today, you have the power to redirect your path and create a life that excites and fulfills you. The only question is, will you take control, or will you let life drift you along? Make a decision. One of the most powerful tools you have in shaping your future is the ability to make a decision. However, making a decision is often easier said than done. It's easy to feel paralyzed by fear, doubt, or the complexity of the choices in front of you. But the truth is that a decision is the first step toward taking control of your life and creating the future you want. Without a decision, you remain stuck in a cycle of indecision and inaction. 1. The power of choice. At any given moment, you have the power to make choices that will impact your future. Every successful person, from entrepreneurs to athletes to artists, had to make a decision to commit to their path. They didn't wait for the perfect moment or the absence of fear. They simply made the choice and took the first step. Making a decision is about taking responsibility for your life and saying, I'm ready to take control of my destiny. It's about actively choosing where you want to go rather than letting life happen to you. 2. On the paradox of choice and overthinking sometimes. The sheer number of options available can overwhelm you and lead to paralysis by analysis. You start weighing pros and cons, imagining worst-case scenarios, and wondering about the paths you haven't chosen. This leads to indecision, where you never take action and nothing changes. Making a decision means overcoming this paralysis. It doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out or that you won't make mistakes along the way. It simply means committing to a course of action, even if it's imperfect. In fact, many decisions don't need to be permanent. They can be adjusted or changed later as you learn and grow. 3, the importance of deciding with clarity. When you make a decision, it's crucial to make it with clarity. Many people make half-hearted decisions based on external pressure or without fully understanding what they truly want. For example, you might decide to pursue a career in medicine because your parents expect it, but deep down you dream of becoming a writer. A decision made without clarity or passion often leads to dissatisfaction, burnout, and regret. To make an empowering decision, you need to ask yourself the key question: what do I truly want? What aligns with my values, passions, and long-term goals? 4. The role of fear in decision making. Fear is one of the most significant barriers to decision making. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of disappointing others, or fear of making the wrong choice can paralyze you and prevent action. However, it's important to recognize that fear is a natural part of growth. It's a sign that you're stepping outside your comfort zone and heading towards something greater. The most successful people didn't wait for fear to vanish before making a decision. They moved forward despite it. The key is to make decisions in spite of fear, not because of it. When you make decisions out of courage rather than fear, you start to build momentum toward the future you desire. 5. Commitment to your decision making. Making a decision is one thing, committing to it is another. After you make a decision, it's important to follow through. Commitment is what turns a decision into reality. The truth is there will be times when things get hard and you might want to quit. But commitment means staying the course, adjusting as needed, and keeping your eyes on the bigger picture. Commitment involves having the discipline to continue working toward your goals, even when the excitement of the initial decision starts to fade. It means trusting that the decision you made was the right one and that the hard work will eventually pay off. 6, the momentum of decision making. Once you make a decision, you start generating momentum in your life. Action follows, and with every action you take, your future becomes clearer. It's a snowball effect. Each decision builds on the last, and before you know it, you're on a completely different path. This momentum creates a sense of empowerment and excitement. You start seeing opportunities instead of obstacles. Every step you take reinforces your decision, making it easier to keep moving forward. 7. How to make a decision. Making a decision doesn't have to be a lengthy process. It can be as simple as following a clear framework. Identify the options available to you. Assess the consequences of each option. What will the outcome be if you choose one path over another? Trust your instincts. Sometimes your gut feeling is your best guide. Now, commit to the decision and move forward, knowing that you will adjust as necessary along the way. 8, avoid the trap of regret. Sometimes people avoid making decisions because they fear regret. What if I make the wrong choice? But regret can be more painful than making a decision. Even if your decision turns out to be imperfect, at least you've learned and grown from the experience. Making no decision at all leads to stagnation and the regret of missed opportunities. When you choose to decide, you take responsibility for your journey and remove the feeling of helplessness. The key to eliminating regret is to stop dwelling on what could have been and focus on what can be. 9 decisions lead to clarity of purpose. Making a decision brings clarity. It acts as a compass for your actions and intentions. When you know what you're working toward, you can make decisions more confidently and quickly. You develop a stronger sense of purpose because you know that every step you take is aligned with your goal. 10, decide now, not later. The longer you wait to make a decision, the more uncertainty grows and the more chances you have to second guess yourself. The truth is, there's never a perfect time to make a decision. Instead of waiting for the ideal moment, decide now, start with what you know, and trust that the path will unfold as you take action. Conclusion. Making a decision is the first and most crucial step in changing your future. It's not about finding the perfect choice, but about choosing something that aligns with your values, goals, and vision for your life. Once you make the decision, commit to it with clarity and confidence. Even if fear or uncertainty arises, decisions create momentum, and as you take consistent action, you'll find that your future becomes more valuable, open to transformation and growth. Your destiny begins with the simple act of deciding. Take action. While making a decision is essential to shaping your future, it's taking action that turns your vision into reality. Action is the bridge between intention and achievement. Without action, even the most well-laid plans or dreams remain just that, dreams. Taking consistent and deliberate action is the only way to make progress toward your goals and transform your life. 1, action transforms ideas into reality. An idea or a dream, no matter how exciting or inspiring, is just a thought until you act on it. If you have the goal of starting your own business, for example, it means nothing until you actually take steps to make that dream come true. These steps could include research, creating a business plan, registering a domain name, or simply reaching out to potential clients or partners. Each action, no matter how small, begins to bring your dream closer to reality. Inaction, on the other hand, guarantees that nothing will change. The key is understanding that your future is built through small, everyday actions, not giant leaps. Every small step forward builds momentum toward your larger goal. To what? Overcome the fear of imperfection. A common reason people hesitate to take action is the fear that their efforts won't be perfect. The truth is, Perfection is an illusion. No one ever has everything figured out at the start. Whether you're launching a business, starting a fitness routine, or learning a new skill, your first steps will likely be imperfect, and that's okay. In fact, imperfection is part of the learning process. Action helps you refine your approach, improve your skills, and get better as you go. Every mistake you make is a learning opportunity that leads to growth. The key is to stop waiting for the perfect time and start acting now. The moment you take action, you begin to discover new insights, strategies, and opportunities that would have remained hidden if you stayed stuck in the planning stage. 3, action creates momentum. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in achieving goals. The hardest part of any journey is getting started. But once you take that first step, no matter how small, you create momentum. Each subsequent step gets easier as your confidence and motivation grow. Imagine rolling a boulder up a hill. The first push is incredibly difficult, but once it starts moving, it becomes easier to push and it gains speed. The same applies to your goals. If you're trying to lose weight, the first few workouts may feel overwhelming, but as you continue, exercise becomes a routine and you start to see results, which in turn fuels your desire to continue. 4. Action is the key to overcoming doubt. Self-doubt is one of the greatest barriers to success. We often question our abilities and fear that we won't succeed. But the truth is that doubt diminishes the moment you take action. When you act, you start to gain real-world feedback that either strengthens your belief in your abilities or helps you adjust your approach. Either way, you are learning and improving. The only way to counteract doubt is by proving to yourself that you are capable. As you take action, you build a track record of achievements, however small, that reinforce your self-confidence and push you past your doubts. 5, break large goals into smaller steps. Big goals can often feel overwhelming. The larger the goal, the more daunting it may seem, but the key is to break it down into smaller, actionable steps. Instead of focusing on a massive task like start a successful business, break it down into steps like write a business plan, research the market, or create a website. By tackling smaller tasks, the goal becomes more manageable and less intimidating. You also get the satisfaction of completing smaller milestones, which encourages you to keep moving forward. Small actions lead to big results, and each action taken brings you closer to your ultimate goal. 6, take action, even when you don't feel motivated. Motivation is often thought of as the fuel for action, but motivation isn't always present. Sometimes you'll feel tired, uninspired, or overwhelmed, but you can't wait for motivation to take action. You need to take action to spark motivation. Action creates momentum, which can lead to renewed energy and inspiration. If you wait for motivation to strike, you may never start. Instead, start small. Even if you don't feel like it, take one tiny step forward. It could be something as simple as writing a single line for that book you've always wanted to write, or making one sales call for your business. The important thing is to start, and from there, the momentum will carry you further. 7. Action is how you learn and improve. The best way to learn is by doing. Action is the ultimate teacher. You can read books, attend seminars, and listen to podcasts, but it's only when you start applying what you've learned that you truly grow. Experience, gained through action, teaches you lessons that no book or lecture can provide. For example, you might read about managing a team, but you won't fully understand what it takes until you actually lead one. You may have theoretical knowledge, but it's the practical experience that builds your competence. Through action, you discover what works and what doesn't, allowing you to refine your approach. 8. Action helps you face and overcome obstacles. The journey to success is never smooth. Along the way, you will face obstacles, setbacks, and challenges. However, action helps you confront these obstacles head on. Each time you take action, you will encounter difficulties, but instead of avoiding them, you face them and solve them. By taking action, you build resilience and problem-solving skills. The more you act, the better you become at navigating challenges. Each obstacle you overcome adds to your sense of accomplishment and strengthens your determination to keep going. 9, consistency is key. Action is not a one-time event, it's a habit. The key to long-term success is taking consistent action toward your goals. One large action here and there won't bring lasting results, but small daily actions will accumulate over time and create remarkable change. For example, if you want to get fit, working out once a week won't yield the results you desire. But if you commit to working out regularly, eating healthy, and taking care of your body consistently, you will see significant improvements over time. 10. Action leads to opportunities. By taking action, you open yourself up to new opportunities. When you put yourself out there, even in small ways, you start to create connections, gain visibility, and attract people or resources that can help you along the way. Opportunities rarely come to people who wait. They come to those who actively pursue them. As you take action toward your goals, you will begin to notice opportunities that you hadn't seen before. This can lead to collaborations, new friendships, mentorships, or even unexpected paths that align with your purpose. Conclusion: taking action is the single most important thing you can do to change your life. So it's the spark that turns your plans into results, the momentum that propels you forward, and the means by which you overcome doubt, fear, and obstacles. Action doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to be taken consistently. The future you want isn't going to come to you by simply thinking about it. You have to step out and make it happen. So stop waiting, stop overthinking, and start taking action. Your dream life is waiting for you, but it won't appear unless you put in the work. Action is the key to unlocking the future you've always imagined. Overcome the fear of failure. Fear of failure is one of the most common and powerful forces that holds people back from achieving their potential. Whether you're aiming to launch a business, start a new career, or pursue a dream, the thought of failing can stop you in your tracks. It can paralyze you, fill you with self-doubt, and keep you from taking that first step toward your goals. However, understanding that failure is not something to fear, but something to embrace, can dramatically change your perspective and propel you towards success. Reframe failure as a learning opportunity. One of the most crucial things to understand is that failure is not the end. It's the part of the process of growth. In fact, some of the most successful people in the world have failed multiple times before achieving greatness. Failure provides valuable lessons that success cannot. Each failure teaches you what doesn't work, which brings you closer to discovering what does work. For example, Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed, I've just found 1,0,0,0,0 ways that won't work." This mindset is essential because it shows that failure isn't something to fear, but something to learn from. It's a necessary part of innovation, progress, and mastery. Redefine what failure means. Many people fear failure because they associate it with judgment and shame. However, failure is often not as catastrophic as we think. Failure is simply a result, and it doesn't reflect your worth as a person. What matters is how you respond to that failure. Rather than seeing failure as something personal, it's more productive to see it as a stepping stone. It's not the end of the road. It's a chance to course correct and try again with more knowledge and experience. When you redefine failure in this way, it becomes something less scary and more empowering. 3, understand that everybody fails at times. It can feel like you're the only one failing or struggling, but the truth is everyone fails at some point. Even the most successful entrepreneurs, athletes, and creatives have faced failure, often many times. What separates those who succeed from those who give up is their ability to persevere after failure. Take Michael Jordan, for example. He was famously cut from his high school basketball team, but that didn't stop him from becoming one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Instead of allowing failure to defeat him, he used it as motivation to improve. Realizing that failure is a universal experience can help you see that it's not a sign of weakness, but an inherent part of the path to success. 4, shift from perfectionism to progress. Perfectionism often stems from the fear of failure. The desire to do everything perfectly can be paralyzing because it keeps you from starting or moving forward unless everything is just right. However, perfection is an illusion, and striving for it can actually prevent you from reaching your full potential. Rather than trying to avoid mistakes at all costs, aim for progress. Focus on small improvements rather than expecting everything to be flawless from the beginning. This mindset shift from perfectionism to progress reduces the pressure of failure, making it more about growth and less about achieving an unattainable ideal. Remember, progress, not perfection, is the true measure of success. 5, take small risks to build confidence. One way to overcome the fear of failure is to start by taking small risks and gradually building your confidence. Rather than diving headfirst into a huge challenge, break it down into smaller, manageable steps. Each small success you achieve will help you build resilience and a sense of capability. For example, if you're afraid of public speaking, don't start by speaking to a large crowd. Begin by speaking in front of a friend or a small group. Once you gain confidence with small steps, you'll find that taking bigger risks becomes easier. Each small failure or success will prepare you for the larger challenges ahead. 6, focus on what you can control. A lot of the fear surrounding failure comes from focusing on things beyond your control. You might fear the opinions of others, the possibility of losing money, or the risk of disappointing those around you. However, focusing on things that are outside of your control only increases anxiety. Instead, focus on what you can control: your effort, attitude, and actions. You can't control everything, but you can control how you respond. Acknowledging that some things are beyond your control allows you to let go of unnecessary fears and focus on what's within your power to change. This helps alleviate the paralyzing effect of fear, allowing you to take meaningful action despite uncertainty. 7+7, create a fear action cycle. One way to break through the fear of failure is to build a cycle of action despite fear. The more you take action, the more you desensitize yourself to failure, and the more confident you become in your ability to handle it. Think of fear as something to move through, not something to avoid. When you face fear head on and take action, you begin to realize that the consequences of failure are often less dramatic than you imagined. The more you experience failure in a controlled, manageable way, the less terrifying it becomes. It also teaches you to trust yourself, knowing that you have the ability to recover and learn from mistakes. 8, visualize the worst case scenario. A common technique used to overcome fear is visualizing the worst case scenario. Ask yourself, what is the worst thing that could happen if I fail? Often, when you confront the worst case, you realize that it's not as bad as you fear. In fact, the consequences may be relatively mild and manageable. Once you realize that the worst case scenario is not something to dread, it becomes easier to move forward. This exercise helps to disarm the fear, allowing you to focus on the positive aspects of taking action and the growth you'll experience, regardless of the outcome. 9, surround yourself with support. It's hard to overcome the fear of failure alone. Having a support system, whether it's friends, family, mentors, or colleagues, can make all the difference. A support system provides encouragement, perspective, and reassurance, which can help you handle setbacks more effectively. When you surround yourself with people who believe in your ability to overcome failure and achieve your goals, you begin to feel less alone in your journey. Their positive energy can lift you up and keep you motivated, even in the face of challenges. Take responsibility for your failure and success. Another crucial aspect of overcoming the fear of failure is taking responsibility for both your successes and failures. When you take ownership of your actions, you stop blaming external factors and begin to see yourself as the creator of your own story. Taking responsibility empowers you to learn from mistakes, make adjustments, and continue moving forward. It removes the fear of failure because you know that any mistake you make is just a part of the process. This attitude shifts the focus from external validation or fear of judgment to personal growth and development. Conclusion. Fear of failure is natural, but it doesn't have to control your life. Failure is a stepping stone on the path to success, and the sooner you embrace it, the faster you can move toward your goals. By reframing failure as a learning opportunity, taking small risks, and focusing on what you can control, you build the resilience needed to overcome fear and keep moving forward. Remember, it's not about avoiding failure, it's about learning to fail forward, gaining strength and wisdom along the way. Surround yourself with growth-oriented people. The people you surround yourself with have an incredible influence on your mindset, behavior, and ultimately your future. If you want to grow, succeed, and reach your full potential, it's essential to surround yourself with individuals who support your journey, encourage your progress, and push you toward your goals. These are growth-oriented people, those who are committed to self-improvement, continuous learning, and helping others rise. Growth-oriented people inspire action. One of the primary benefits of surrounding yourself with growth-oriented people is that they inspire you to take action. Their energy, enthusiasm, and drive are contagious. When you're around individuals who are constantly striving to improve themselves, it becomes difficult not to be motivated to do the same. Whether it's seeing a friend successfully launch a new project, witnessing a colleague take on a challenging task, or hearing about someone's personal growth journey, these interactions encourage you to step outside your comfort zone. Their progress serves as a reminder that growth is possible, and it pushes you to take action toward your own goals. 2, they encourage a growth mindset. Growth-oriented people embrace a growth mindset. The belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed with effort, learning, and persistence. When you surround yourself with such individuals, you naturally start adopting this mindset as well. A growth mindset empowers you to see challenges as opportunities, failure as a learning experience, and success as a result of hard work and perseverance. For example, if you're working toward a difficult goal and encounter setbacks, a growth-related person will help you. They'll help you view it as an opportunity to learn, adjust, and improve. This positive perspective can be transformative in how you approach obstacles and setbacks. 3, they hold you accountable. Accountability is one of the most powerful tools for personal growth. When you surround yourself with people who are also striving for their own goals, they can hold you accountable to the commitments you've made to yourself. Whether it's through weekly check-ins, setting collective goals, or simply asking how things are going, growth-oriented people keep you on track. For example, if you've committed to exercising regularly or writing a book, A friend who is also focused on their own goals can ask about your progress, remind you of the reasons you started, and motivate you to keep going even when you feel discouraged. Having accountability partners can help you stay focused and prevent you from falling off course when challenges arise. 4, they challenge you to go beyond your limits. Growth-oriented people don't just encourage you to stay comfortable, they challenge you to push beyond your limits and embrace discomfort. They help you realize that growth happens when you step outside of your comfort zone, face fears, and take on challenges that feel intimidating. These individuals might suggest ideas or strategies you hadn't considered, ask tough questions, or provide constructive feedback that pushes you to think bigger and work harder. While their suggestions might initially feel daunting or uncomfortable, this kind of challenge is essential for growth. They help you see your potential and encourage you to expand your horizons in ways you might not have done on your own. 5, they share knowledge and resources. Growth-oriented people are generous with the knowledge, resources, and insights they've gained. When you surround yourself with such individuals, you gain access to valuable tools, strategies, and experiences that can accelerate your own growth. These people may recommend books, podcasts, courses, or events that have helped them, or they might share advice based on their own experiences. For example, if you're looking to improve your public speaking skills, a growth-oriented friend might share a workshop they attended or recommend a book that helped them become more confident in front of an audience. The exchange of resources and knowledge is a powerful way to fast-track your growth and avoid unnecessary mistakes. 6, they provide emotional support during difficult times. Personal growth isn't always smooth sailing. You'll encounter setbacks, challenges, and times when you question your path. During these moments, growth-related people provide the emotional support you need to stay strong. They understand that growth involves overcoming obstacles, and they're there to encourage you when things get tough. These individuals don't just offer sympathy, they offer perspective. Instead of feeding your self-doubt, they help you regain clarity and remind you of your strengths. Their support helps you persevere when you're feeling defeated and reinforces the idea that growth is a journey, not a destination. 7, they celebrate your wins. A key characteristic of growth-oriented people is that they genuinely celebrate your successes, no matter how big or small. When you achieve a milestone or accomplish something significant, they are there to cheer you on and acknowledge your hard work. These celebrations not only feel good, but they also reinforce your belief in your ability to succeed. Having people who celebrate your achievements creates a positive, motivating environment. It reminds you that growth is worth the effort and that progress should be acknowledged. These celebrations keep you energized and excited about continuing on your path, even when the going gets tough. 8, they help you build resilience. Growth-oriented people help you build resilience by teaching you how to handle failure, disappointment, and adversity. They share their own stories of setbacks and recovery, showing you that failure isn't permanent and that you can always bounce back stronger. Rather than letting you wallow in defeat, they encourage you to view challenges as part of the process. They help you develop a mindset that doesn't dwell on failure, but focuses on solutions, learning, and moving forward. Through their example, you learn to stay resilient and maintain your even in the face of obstacles. 9, they promote positive habits and routines. The habits and routines you build have a massive impact on your success. Growth-oriented people often practice healthy habits, such as exercising regularly, reading, journaling, setting goals, and managing their time effectively. By surrounding yourself with these individuals, you're more likely to adopt these habits yourself. Being around people who prioritize their well-being, productivity, and personal development can inspire you to do the same. For example, if you're struggling with time management, a growth-oriented person might share how they plan their day, set priorities, and eliminate distractions. These positive habits become contagious, leading you to adopt them and enhance your own growth. They help you stay focused on the bigger picture when pursuing personal growth or long-term goals. And it's easy to get bogged down by daily setbacks or short-term obstacles. Growth-oriented people help you maintain perspective by reminding you of the bigger picture. They help you keep your focus on your long-term vision and encourage you to stay committed to your goals even when immediate results aren't visible. They remind you that progress takes time and that each step forward is an essential part of the journey. Their ability to see the bigger picture helps you stay motivated, even when it feels like progress is slow. This focus on the long term allows you to maintain your commitment to growth without getting discouraged by short-term challenges. Conclusion, surrounding yourself with growth-oriented people is one of the most powerful ways to create a future of success and fulfillment. These individuals inspire you to take action, help you cultivate a growth mindset, challenge you to exceed your limits, and provide support during difficult times. They contribute to your personal development by sharing knowledge, celebrating your wins, and helping you stay focused on your long-term goals. By intentionally seeking out relationships with people who are dedicated to growth and self-improvement, you create an environment that nurtures your success and accelerates your progress. Ultimately, the people you surround yourself with can either elevate you or hold you back. Choose wisely and watch your future unfold.